I don't probably only 5-10 minutes, right? Because I didn't bring my microphone, so I'm using the microphone on the phone, which it's not that good on this phone at least. Um, but I just wanted to make this real quick to tell you guys, don't forget to get outside, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people, like, I seen this thing about how adults, like, their vision starts to kind of get less colorful, less vibrant. As a child, we're more vibrant. We're more like we see the world as more vibrant. But I was sitting here like I was outside all day yesterday. Then I came inside and it's like, you know how like you've been outside all day and you can barely see? Like I just think a lot of the problems we have are simply fixed if we just kind of do what humans do, right? So like what do humans do? Like get some sunlight. Make sure you're getting the right vitamins. Now, it's so funny because all the cliche shit, all the like boring things that you don't want to hear, we don't want to hear that shit, right? People don't want to hear eat healthier. People don't want to hear, work out. People don't want to hear any of that. Like, maybe, like, I don't know, it's almost looked down upon to go see a therapist or a life coach. It's almost our society looks down upon using psychedelics, but like psychedelics are a big part of how I was able to become who I am today. But working out was a big part of how I was able to become a big part of who I am today. Like eating healthy, putting myself on a certain diet, figuring out what works for me. And it's like we'll never know what works for us until we try shit, and we have to try shit. And that's what I'm saying is if you don't get outside and try shit, like maybe the problem is you don't get enough sunlight. Like, and I know it sounds so simple. Maybe the problem is you don't eat enough fruit. Maybe the problem is you don't ever take psychedelics spiritually. So it's like, how could you ever get the results from them? There are people that trip, right? And they're like, they'll trip balls with their friends at parties and shit, which is fine. But like, if you really want the results from them, you might have to take them spiritually. And it's like, I don't know. It's the simple things, it's what's gonna help us. And people are looking for something so complicated. They're looking for the complex. They're looking for a complicated answer. They're trying to figure out how to heal depression. It's like, we know, bro. Psychedelics. Therapy or life coaching, working out, eating healthy. Like, people try to do one or the other when it's like, it's better to just try as much shit as you need to try so you can figure out what works for you. And if all of it is what works for you, then do all of it. If, like, basically, we gotta do what works for us. And there's people that disagree with the type of shit that I do, or they disagree with the way that I use psychedelics, or they disagree with whatever. And it's like, that's good for them that they disagree. But if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been able to heal myself. Like, I did what I needed to do to heal me. Just like everyone should do what they need to do to heal themselves. But how are you going to know what you need to do if you don't try shit? If you don't, like, I don't know. You have to put yourself out there. You have to get out there. And how are you going to know what workout it's best for you? Like, if you don't try a bunch of different workouts, how are you going to know what thing? Like, there's some people that don't think they have talent, but they do have talent. They just probably haven't tried enough things to figure out what their thing is. Like, people don't try enough stuff. Like, just try shit. try shit, try different diets. Like, I tried like 5, 6, 7 different diets before I figured out some shit that works for me. And the thing that works for me isn't even a diet you could find on the internet. It's something I put together myself. Like, the same thing with what worked for me with the psychedelics and taking them shamanically and spiritually. The way I did it, it's not on the internet. Well, it is now because I've talked about it enough times. But like, modern shamanism technically doesn't exist. Like, it's a made-up concept that I kind of made up, but it's not my idea, because I'm not the first person to come up with that idea necessarily, but like, I don't know, it's just this crazy thing that what I do, people disagree with, but bro, what else was I supposed to do? And that's what I'm trying to say to you. What you might need to do to heal, your friends and family might disagree with. Your whatever people around you might disagree with. They might, you might have a bunch of friends that are vegan, but maybe you need to start adding a little meat into your diet because it's what works for you. And your friends are not going to agree with it, obviously. But like, this isn't about you're never going to find one shoe fits all situation. It's whatever works for you, you should do, right? Whether there's things that I don't agree with that other people do, but I'm like, bro, that works for you? Fuck yeah, that's dope, right? Like, hey, much love to you, Daniel. But I gotta get going because I gotta be home and I got a little walk before I can get home. So I just wanted to drop in, give y'all this message that was on my mind, say I fucking love y'all, and I hope y'all have an awesome day.